And for the ladies, hair dryers. Maybe some of the guys, I don't leave those out who want hair dryers. We're going to need more power for lights. We're going to turn on lights. We're going to need more power for air conditioning. And yes, even dishwashers. And God forbid that I would throw gas stoves into that mix. The government, the White House is clearly out of touch with the power requirements needed for America. And I think the gentleman from South Carolina said this. The grid is not supportive of enough right now for the hard times that we have. Certainly not strong enough for what the left is proposing. We need more robust power, a stronger, larger grid output of electricity. And what does that mean? That means natural gas and nuclear are still the most reliable. We like green renewable energy. Renewable energy is good. Renewable energy can play a supporting actor role in this play. It cannot play the leading actor role in this play. Natural gas and nuclear are the two best options and the two most dependable. But for Pete's sakes, there seems to be a lot of opposition to that plan from the left. California should have learned a lesson when the governor said don't charge your electric vehicles between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. I'm thinking that's when most people sleep, and they want to charge that vehicle to get them to go to work in the morning. And when they found out that they were having rolling blackouts and brownouts, and I'm told there's a sign at the California border that says, last one out of California, turn out the lights. So I love Californians. I love that they're Americans, free Americans, but I don't see that their climate policy is all that adorable, quite frankly. What we need from our friends on the left is a cooperation to understand that, yes, we need more power. Yes, it's going to be natural gas. It's more dependable. Yes, it's going to be nuclear. It's clean. We need to make the permitting safer, faster, quicker. What we need is cooperation so that, as some have said here, we can give Americans the right to make their own choices. And at the risk of sending out a pun at the end, why don't we empower Americans to do just that? Let's vote for this bill. The gentleman from Georgia, I will yield to.
Just a quick real-life story in my district. A three-generation Cadillac dealer was approached by Cadillac saying they were going total electric.
Dear friends, watch out for these major changes. The Federal Reserve is going to release some big news that will affect millions of Americans and our economy. We may be facing higher interest rates for much longer than we had originally expected, but state lawmakers are continuing to step in and send out bonus relief checks to many U.S. households. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, tomorrow, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, simply click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. 1 year ago, Federal Chair Jerome Powell delivered a stark warning. He said in order to fight persistently high inflation, the Federal Reserve would continue to sharply raise interest rates, bringing some pain in the form of job losses and weaker economic growth. Since Powell spoke at last summer's annual conference of central bankers, the Fed has followed through, raising its benchmark rate to 5.4%. Its highest level in 22 years. Substantially higher loan rates have followed, making it harder for Americans to afford a new home or a car, or even for businesses to finance expansions. Instead, the economy has powered ahead. Hiring has remained healthy, confounding legions of economists who had forecast that the spikes in rates would cause widespread layoffs and a recession. The unemployment rate is near a half-century low. Consumer spending keeps growing at a healthy rate. As Powell and other central bankers return to Jackson Hole this week, the economy's resilience has pushed a new set of questions. Is its key rate high enough to slow growth and cool inflation? And will it need to keep its rate elevated for longer than expected to slow growth and tame inflation, one after another. Economists have postponed or reversed their earlier forecasts for a U.S. recession. Optimism that the Fed will pull off a difficult, soft landing in which it would manage to reduce inflation to its 2% target rate without causing a steep recession has also risen. Nearly 7 in 10 economists polled by the National Association for Business Economics say they're at least somewhat confident that the Fed will achieve a soft landing. This Friday, Powell's keynote speech at this year's conference will be scrutinized for any hints that the Fed intends to keep borrowing rates high for a prolonged period. Wall Street traders, who earlier this year had predicted that the Fed would begin cutting rates by year's end, now they don't envision any rate cuts until 2024. Accordingly, the average fixed rate on a 30-year mortgage has topped 7%. That is the highest in 22 years. Auto loans and credit card rates have also shot higher and will likely weaken borrowing and consumer spending. It is the lifeblood of our economy. Some economists say those higher long-term rates might lessen the need for further Fed hikes because by slowing growth, they should help cool inflation pressures. But many economists say they think the Fed's July rate increase will prove to be its last. So even if the Fed imposes no further hikes, it may feel compelled to keep its benchmark rate elevated well into the future to try to contain inflation. This would introduce a new threat. Keeping interest rates at high levels indefinitely would risk weakening the economy so much as to trigger a downturn. With inflation still impacting millions of Americans, it is extremely important for our lawmakers to approve extra relief for low-income households. According to Fox News, a special tax rebate payment will not fill the pockets of Alabama residents until later this year. State lawmakers in May passed a rebate plan that calls for $150 rebates for single individuals and $300 for married couples. Approximately 1.9 million people in the state are expected to qualify for the one-time payments. The Alabama Department of Revenue will start issuing the checks on November 30th, 2023. For those who use direct deposit, the rebates will arrive automatically. Other rebates will be issued via check and mailed. In order to qualify, you must have filed a state income tax return for 2021 on or before October 17, 2022. People who don't file a return or who are considered as a dependent for another taxpayer in 2021 will not be eligible. The rebates will cost the state about $393 million that will come from a $2.8 billion surplus in the Education Trust Fund. That is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Thursday. My dear friends, to say thank you for being part of this community. Tomorrow, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Please make sure, friends, that you enter these giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed day.